Hey superstars, welcome back to Master and Learn It, where we make numbers make real sense and learning is enjoyable and fun. We all have tricks for every new topic that we have. Right now I have a new trick for you for how do you divide decimals by decimals. So you have a situation like this. I have three really tricky questions and please watch throughout the video because this one is really a tricky question. So watch throughout and see how do we divide decimals by decimals. If you are ready, let's get right into it, okay? So the first step that we do when you're multiplying a decimal by a decimal, choose the number that has more decimal places and you multiply by powers of 10. I think I've made a video on multiplication by powers of 10 and how we can clear out the decimals using powers of 10. But if you haven't watched that video, please go and watch it because you would need to know that in order for you to do decimals, okay? So when we're dividing decimals, the first thing we have to get rid of those decimal places. So let's have the first question is 3.6 times 0.6. So for me to get rid of these decimals, I have to multiply by powers of 10. Which decimal here has, which number actually has more decimal places? 3.6 has one decimal place after the comma. 0.6 also has one decimal place. So they all have the same decimal places. One decimal place after the comma. That's a good one. The second step is if they have one decimal place, we multiply by 10. If they have two decimal places, by 100. If they have three decimal places, by 1000, as it goes like that. So I'm going to multiply by 10. So 3.6, I'm going to multiply. Remember our question is dividing. Let me just clear that. This is division here. So I'm going to multiply this by 10 divided by, I'm going to multiply 0.6 also by 10. The reason we're multiplying by 10 is they have one place after the comma, so you multiply by the power of 10, that is one place, which is 10. 3.6 times 10, you're just going to move your comma one place, it's now 36 divided by, move one place is going to be 6. And 36 divided by 6, we know that's 6. If you don't know, you count in 6. So 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. So that becomes our answer. So that's what you do. When you are dividing a decimal by a decimal, choose the number that has more decimal places. If it has 3, multiply by 1000 because 1000 has 3 zeros. If the bigger number has 2 decimal places, multiply by 100 because 100 has 2 zeros. Okay, let's do another example together. Okay, let me just erase this. Okay, so here I have a number that says 2.448 divided by 0.002. So once again, I have to multiply by a power of 10. So we have to check who has more decimal places. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you have 3 decimal places. How about you after the comma? 1, 2, 3. That's pretty easy. They all have 3 decimal places. So we're going to multiply by a power of 10 that is 3 zeros, which is 1000. So I come and say 2.448 times 1000 to get rid of the decimals divided by 0.002 times 1000 to get rid of the decimal. So by 1000 the comma move 3 places, 1, 2, 3. This number becomes 2448. The comma is gone, divided by times 1000, we move 3 places, 1, 2, 3. Then the number becomes 2. And we know that we can divide this number 2448 divided by 2. 2 into 2, 1, 2 into 4, 2 into 4, that's 2, and 2 into 8, that's 3 times. So our final answer is 1223. That's pretty simple. Then let's try the last one, which looks to be a little bit tricky. So the last one is 7.55 divided by 0.5. If you think you can do it, just try it for a second and tell me what you answer if they match with my answer. Okay, so the first thing, like we say, we need to get rid of the decimal places. So we have to multiply by powers of 10. So you choose the number that has the most decimal places. Let's check. 7.55 is how many decimal places after the comma? 1, 2. 0.5 is how many decimals after the comma? It is 1. So the one with more decimal places is 7.55, so it has 2 decimal places, and since it has 2 decimal places, we're going to multiply it by the powers of 10, that is 2 zeros, which is 100. So I'm going to say 7.55 times 100 to get rid of my decimals, divided by 0.5 times 100 again to get rid of my decimals. So when I multiply by 100, I'll move the comma 2 places because of these 2 zeros. So the comma is 1, 2. Now we have 755 divided by, then we have to move our comma 2 places. So this one, let me do it aside for you. Remember, it's 0.5 times 100. We're going to move 2 places, and we don't have 2 places here. So just add an extra 0 to make your life simple. So that I have to move 2 places to the right, and also I must have 2 places on this number. So let's move our decimal places 2 places, 1, 2. Let me just rewrite it like this. Move your decimal place 2 places, 1, 2. My decimal is here, so the number becomes 50. You just have to drop this 0. So that means this is being divided by 50. And from there, we can now divide the normal way that we know. I'm going to use the short division in this case, which is 755 being divided by 50. Okay. I like most of the times to write it like this. 755 being divided by 50. So the number that divides 755 and 50 is 5. Let's start with 5. 5 into 50, that's 10. 5 into 7, that's 1, remainder 2. Into 25, that's 5. Into 5, that's 1. Then you have here 1, let me write it here, 151 being divided by 10. For now, we're just going to leave, it's either you're going to leave your answer as a fraction like this, or you should know that when you divide by powers of 10, when you divide by powers of 10, the decimal moves to the left. So for me to divide this number, it means the comma, I can't see it, it's somewhere here, it's just going to move 1 place to the left. So when you divide, your final answer should be 5.1. So this should be your final answer. If you find this video to be really cool and interesting, please give it a big thumbs and always subscribe to MasterAndLearnIt right here, where we find learning to be easy and numbers really make sense. See you in the next video.